Sally Ann Simons entered a plea of guilty today to a felony violation of Penal Code Section 424, which is the misappropriation of government funds. Now, the press release notes that the charge alleged that the misappropriation took place between August 2014 and September 2015, while Sally Simons served as the chief executive officer for the Tri-County Fairgrounds. Now, this followed an investigation conducted by the California Highway Patrol Inland Division Investigative Services Unit. Now, under the terms of an agreed disposition, Ms. Simons will be placed on 5 years of formal probation and required to serve up to 270 days in the Inyo County Jail as a term of that probation. Now, the press release notes that the court will set the exact length of jail term when Simons appears for the sentencing on March 14th in Bishop. She will be ordered to pay restitution in the amount of $9,860 and will not be allowed to work in any positions allowing her to handle the money of third parties without the permission of her probation officer. Press release also notes that Simons will be required to stay off the premises of the Tri-County Fairgrounds during the term of her probation. Now, the court will also have discretion to set fines and fees. By law, Simons will be forbidden from holding any public office in the future. Under the terms of the disposition, Simons will not be allowed to participate in electronic monitoring. Again, sentencing taking place March 14th. That'll be at 1 p.m. at the Bishop branch of the Inyo County Superior Court. Now, earlier, as Sarah Wade Media had reported, Inyo County District Attorney Tom Hardy had confirmed that Simons reportedly took between $9,000 and $10,000 from an ATM at the fairgrounds. DA Hardy said that report was consistent with the investigative report that he reviewed. And again, the extensive investigation was conducted by the CHP Inland Division Investigative Services Unit because the crimes involved the theft of state property and were alleged to have occurred on the grounds of a state facility. Well, Deb Murphy filed this story nearly 3 years after her arrest on embezzlement charges. Don D. Rossi went to trial today at the Independence Courthouse. Now, Don D. and Kenneth Rossi were arrested on 44 felony charges back on April 11th, 2013, but opted to be tried separately. Don D. Rossi, represented by David Evans, also waived her right to a jury trial. Appointed Judge Philip Argento will hear the case. Primary charge, embezzlement of $1.5 million from the Inyo County Department of Health and Human Services, where Don D. Rossi was employed. Now, according to Inyo County District Attorney Tom Hardy, the first day of the trial will primarily be organizational and pre-trial motions. The real work of trying the case will start Tuesday. Now, a court trial, Hardy said, is the same process as a jury trial. It's a little more relaxed pace, he noted, but the presumed innocent until proven guilty reasonable doubt criterion are the same. Hardy went on to describe the case as complex. He said it's going to be a difficult trial. The evidence is detailed and tedious. And a reminder that the Bishop City Council will be hosting that town hall meeting coming up on Wednesday. That'll be starting at 6 p.m. Tallman Pavilion, located on the grounds of the Eastern Sierra Tri-County Fair. Purpose of the meeting will be to receive input and begin dialogue with the local business community regarding the challenges of operating a small business in the Bishop area. Press release notes this meeting will be the first in a series of workshops to facilitate the direct interaction between the Bishop City Council, city staff, local business owners, and members of the community. Participation is encouraged by all those interested in enhancing entrepreneurial opportunities region-wide, not limited to those either doing business or residing within the city limits of Bishop. Now, although not required, an RSVP would be nice. Can do that to Bishop City Administrator Jim Tatum at his email, jtatum@cityofbishop.com, and you can also call 760-873-5863, again, to RSVP or get more information on this meeting coming up on Wednesday. And Deb Murphy filed this story. Mammoth Lakes Town Council gave the green light to the design phase for additional parking in the North Village area, completing Trail Ends Park and seeking grant funding for a sub-consortium of the Eastern Sierra Connect Regional Broadband Consortium. Did that at last Wednesday's meeting. Now, the 72 parking spaces identified as Hillside Lot Phases 1 and 2 will take a small bite out of the estimated need for the 200 to 250 parking spaces at North Village once the 220 spaces at a site on Minaret Road earmarked for development are deleted from the parking space inventory. Now, there is an existing negative declaration, but town staff will have to check to make sure it covers the specific project once the designs are done. Mammoth Town Council approved $25,000 for engineering designs on the town-owned property. Estimated cost of the completed project, $1,220,000. Now, approximately $500,000 from various sources is available for the project. This according to Mammoth Public Works Director Grady Dunton, including monies from the Road Rehab Fund carried over from the last budget cycle. Mammoth Council member Joe Bacon made the motion to approve, but was concerned about taking money out of the road fund. Now, the original $400,000 estimate on completion of the Trails End Park was pared down to $145,000 and approved by council. Now, the grander version, which included a water feature and turnaround the playground, was predicated on a state parks grant that was not funded. Park amenities paid for with Measure R funds include concrete around the playground, and Americans with Disability Act picnic table, 4 non-ADA picnic tables, 3 shade structures over the tables, and a pavilion. Now, most of the improvements are buy and install, according to Dutton, and work on the park can begin when the snow is gone and completed by this summer. Mammoth Town Council also approved a letter to the California Public Utilities Commission for funding of the newly formed Inyo Mono Broadband Consortium, which will be considered a subconsortium of the Eastern Sierra Connect Regional Broadband Consortium, which included Inyo and Mono counties and part of Kern County. Now, with Kern focusing on industrial and commercial applications and Inyo Mono more focused on tourism, the split made sense, according to Mammoth Council member John Wentworth. The Eastern Sierra Council of Governments will serve as the board for the new subconsortium, with the City of Bishop serving as the fiscal agent. Inyo County Board of Supervisors will address the same issue at its Tuesday meeting. We'll be back with more news.